Hey there, it's me again. We're going to be continuing now this match between AGame and RoBeY. And my throat becomes a little bit dry, but not too much. 1 second, I must write a message. I've written a message. Someone called me like 4 times. I'll get back to them after I finish this. Anyway, it's gonna be AGame retiring his base runner right here. I believe he did that last game too. Didn't really comment on it, but especially with the base runner costing RUs now, that means when you retire it, you get RUs in the bank too. So there's a lot of kind of fun stuff you can pull off with that. This map is gonna be AGame's pick. And Torn Crater, of course, one of those maps that we know is very good for the aggressor, generally speaking, because of like the position of the dunes and how you can get up really close to your opponent like that. The question is, what is RoBeY going to do this game? I think AGame definitely is still going to be the aggressor if things go the way that they did last game. Look at this. So it looks like AGame probably going to be doing some kind of 2PC rush, and I would assume it's going to be railguns, even if his opponent was like... excuse me, even if his opponent was Coalition or Galazine or something, you would probably do this, but especially against Soban, since they have armor break on the railguns there, and armored units are just less beefy in general in the mod anyway, I really don't think that would turn out too well if you tried to like 2PC assault ship rush into them. Yeah, you could probably still make it work, but it's not going to be as effective as it was in vanilla, right? But yeah, you can see those RUs from the base runner are going to help quite a lot here. As he only needs to drop off, 2 more times. These guys are pretty much ready to. And he's going to be ready to make railguns already. It's going to be assault ships, okay. That's interesting to see, especially because he's got the RUs for railguns, right? I mean, if you cancel that, you have the 200 already. But no, it's going to be an assault ship push here. My thoughts already are that it's probably going to work because it's AGame. But we'll have to see. It's not like he's a god exactly, but he is quite good at this game. And he's also going to have so much experience with these units too, like he knows how they're going to handle even, being changed in the mod like this. RoBeY losing another probe, that's his first loss, right? I'm pretty sure anyway. But he's going to deploy no, he's lost 2 probes already, and here comes another one already too. Oh geez. I mean, that's just like, that's a lot of probes to lose, you know what I'm saying? One good thing for him, he is going to catch this rush like immediately, because he's seen 2 production cruisers now, so he knows, right? I think I like the idea of trying to scout, but it's really important to keep those probes alive because they're not too cheap, you know what I mean? This one, I think it's going to go down 2, so that's 3 probes now. It's already been lost. Turning into Jaraci gets deployed just because why not? This thing is actually free now, which I really like because before it almost felt like it was a detriment any time you got them. Armored unit defenses coming out already from AGame here, as well as 2 armored units on the queue. But RoBeY has already got railgun fabrication finished, so this is exactly the response that he needs. I think it's generally a good thing if you're a Coalition and you're being rushed like this, that you get railgun fabrication, like whether you're Coalition or Saban. Of course those Saban railguns are even better, so why not get them, right? My frame rate dropped to 20 for some reason, but that's alright. Oh boy. The game's kind of struggling. Maybe something's running in the background, but anyway. You'll just have to deal with it, my faithful viewers. The point is, railgun's definitely going to be good for holding off any kind of aggression that you receive, really. Hold on, I just gotta know, what is running in the background here? Anything? I guess I have hammer open. Okay. Yeah, that kind of helped. Yeah, we're back up to like 40. That's almost acceptable. I'm running this off a laptop though, so I mean, like, I'm okay with almost acceptable. Almost acceptable is acceptable. Not to say anyone really gets the best frames in DOK, but look at that micro. It's pretty slick, I think. Keeps that guy alive, but he's not going to get any salvage or kills just yet, though they haven't damaged. And of course that's tricky for Soban. Yeah, he's not got a support cruiser yet, obviously. So, how's he going to heal these units up? Looks like AGame's kind of taking like a standoffy type of position here. And he's going to get refinery mode and go back, play eco here. This targeting jammer I don't think actually reveals the production cruiser. Although it does tell A-Game that he's under attack. That's interesting. A-Game, trying to do some more micro here, see if you can take out this ALM, and why not? I mean, that's some free damage you can get there. But he does need to be careful. Those LAVs can actually jump on top of them once they are low enough to kill them. The reason RoBeY probably won't do that, though, is because, again, he needs a support cruiser. He hasn't got it, right? That's just, you know, that's just Soban problems. So I'm wondering what his resources are like. Pretty good. I mean, yeah, see, I don't think he needs this. This is probably where things start to go wrong. Because A-Game, of course, is already going up to refinery mode. Now, I would say, like, if your opponent hasn't killed you by now, start thinking eco, right? Because unless he's Sparrow, he's going back to get more eco, right? And so if you don't, then you're just gonna start falling behind. And mag accelerator is the kind of thing you get when you're about to enter like a railgun war or something like that. But obviously, these railguns are being enough defense as it is, so you don't need more of them, right? You don't need more power there, so you don't need more. You know, you don't need this upgrade. Instead, what you need is a support cruiser, get on that second base, start, you know, expanding. And so the ruse has definitely paid off here, and A-Game is on 3 bases before his opponent's on 2. And that should really be GG already. It might take some time, but, I mean, this is not looking good for RoBeY. Support cruiser's on the way, that's good, and that's what we need to see. But, yeah, I think A-Game's early game here, once again, just gonna prove superior. And he is probably gonna have this one. Sorry, spending too much time in sensors. It's not as beautiful as the Great Desert. That's a whoa. That is a huge rock. I don't know. I never looked at that before. Just because, like, you know, I mean, that would be pretty big if I was like standing on this dune and I was like, oh no, look at the rock in the distance. But like, this is like 300 meters, not 2. Oh, the targeting jammer blew up. You know, you can detonate those. That's probably what he's done there. I do kind of like the idea of just leaving it there, though, you know, just... Oh, wait, no, it's been killed, actually, by Sandscares, hasn't it? But yeah, I always like the idea of just kind of leaving the targeting jammer out there, like, oh, maybe this will come out... Maybe this will come in clutch later on in the game. They usually don't have that much of an impact, but... Targeting jammers always really interested me, because I feel like they could have such a huge, like, game-swinging impact, but they usually don't, you know what I mean? And it's not really people not using them to their potential, it's just hard, you know, it's not easy to, easy to get those things working. I noticed A-Game getting interceptor tech earlier, but it's actually going to be bombers here. He does have 3 interceptors, of course, in the hangar, but... and in fact, they're launching now. Probably against these railguns right here. There's no anti-air except for those LAVs. But it is actually bombers coming in now. He's got one in the hangar already. Water. Anyway. And... yeah, it looks like aircraft recharge upgrade on the way too. Recharge, I can speak. Sport Cruiser anti-air is available for RoBeY, and that's probably what he'll get once he sees these things, but that's going to take a while. It's also pretty expensive, I guess. It's really expensive on RUs, isn't it? Another thing to note, the cost wasn't changed for Sport Cruiser anti-air, I don't believe, but the thing... the effectiveness of it was kind of reduced. It only fires 1 missile now. I think it's like pretty much identical to a missile battery, right? Which I think is pretty cool. Of course, RoBeY not even having AAV fabrication, that's still what he would want to go for, probably. Uh-oh, so fighter and gunship is going to be tricky, because unless he has like a really good like ground anti-air base setup, yeah, he's going to have a lot of trickiness. He's going to have a lot of difficulty, you know, getting that working properly. 3 railguns go down right there. He should really just focus on the support cruiser, I think. 2 bombs land on the logistics module and 1 on the carrier. So that was not the most effective air, you know, like shock and awe thing you've ever seen. I think he could have killed the support cruiser here, and that would have been way better. So, you know, not the best control, but it'll do. He just needs to be careful he doesn't lose one of these interceptors to the Space Runner, because of course Space Runner anti-air is way better these days in the mod. He's actually going to lose one. I noticed a bunch of armor units going down too, but a lot of ALMs getting killed here as well. And of course, with those railguns being gone too, and in fact that's all the railguns gone now, it's going to be tricky to hold off the armored units here. I guess there's actually 2 more by the carrier. I don't know, I feel A-Game could have kept those armor units back until after the railguns were all gone and then moved in, you know, because he knew he was going to take those ones there with the interceptors, right? So it seems a little bit wasteful, but something's already launching out. Is that more interceptors or it's bombers? Yeah, I mean, that recharge upgrade is really good, actually. Yeah, we don't usually get it just because we don't usually go for bombers, really, and it's locked behind that tech, but it really makes the recharge for the planes really small, so... That's just the power of Gaussian air, huh? But once that ammo capacity upgrade comes out, I feel like the bombers need to be sent against that sport cruiser, or even maybe just like right now, because again, there's no way to heal that thing if you're playing Savon. Looks like AA is finished. Oh, and an anti-air turret post. Okay, so there is actually some pretty good anti-air in the air, you know. And that's what I meant about sport cruiser anti-air. You can already see it's done less damage than it would have. This is risky though. This is going to cost him a bomber, I think. That was a little bit sloppy. Strike Fighter's getting launched too. And they're going to be seen by A-Game, so he's revealed them immediately, his RoBeY. Yeah, those interceptors are really going to chew through him if he gets the opportunity for it, but it is going to be a little tricky because there is now like a ground anti-air base, so these things, I think they should really be used to protect against those bombers, you know? That's probably like their best usage, because if they fly out at all, like this, yeah, they're probably going to take some heinous hits by the interceptors there. To be fair, he trades 1-for-1 now, but they both did lose one. And especially, you know, looking at the economy situation, it's A-Game who can afford to take losses like that. But yeah, if the strike fighters are kept back at home, you know, they can help protect against bombers, and the interceptors can't get on top of them because there's sport cruiser anti-air in the area. Yeah, see, this is exactly what they should be used for. And it's nice to see from RoBeY. Oh, I don't think they actually shot, but it's a little weird to see from A-Game, honestly. But maybe he's doing it just because he figures it'll be enough. Railguns are all down again, so the armored units have gotten back into the fight. If he has the... No, he doesn't have a targeting generator available, does he? That would have been a nice place to stick it, but I think a lot of salvagers have gone down already. The LA boost is getting chewed through, and it's really just pandemonium at this point. But it's definitely A-Game coming out on top. I mean, if everything here dies, everything over here is still alive, so... So, you know, whoever's base this fight is being taken in, it's not good for them. It's a massacre! And all those salvagers on the main getting taken out, as well as that sport cruiser, mind you. If RoBeY didn't have economy problems before, he's definitely got them now. Question is just, what is A-Game going to do to kill off his opponent? And I do see him taking up here, taking up the power. That's probably it. I mean, a lot of stuff could work at this point. He can tech to railguns now, but... Yeah, I think going for power just is a little bit faster. There's no way he can lose, basically. I mean, that's out of the picture. Because whatever eco RoBeY makes to fill up this main base is just going to get killed off by all this trash, right? Yeah, it looks like he knows that he's going to GG up. And that's probably the wise move, because otherwise you're just going to spend a long time being, you know, killed by a carrier or something. And so A-Game goes 2-0 right there. And I guess that's not really too surprising, is it? But, I don't know, I think RoBeY did have, he did put up some good resistance. Hopefully he can see from these games, you know, some things that, like, kind of like what the turning points of the games were. But yeah, defense against this kind of attack is always tricky, because if you overbuild in it, then your opponent just goes back, plays eco, and you're dead, right? I've done that a lot of times, so. Well done to A-Game. And, yeah, I better call that guy back. But I'll see you when I'm finished, huh?